again. Crazy hair again, I know. You're probably wondering what was up with the Honest Booktube tag video cutting out after 13 minutes. When I was uploading my edited video from iMovie to my computer as a finished video, it got interrupted in the process, and so I deleted some stuff so I had more room, and I thought it was fully uploaded and didn't think to check it before uploading it to YouTube. Yeah, the Honest Booktuber tag is supposed to be like a half-hour video, not 13 minutes. So here is the second part of the Honest Booktube tag. Enjoy. Next question is, have you ever made a video just because you knew it would get views?
Every video that we make, part of the reason we're making it is because it's going to get views. Now, I had no investment in it. I just was making it because I was like, okay, well, gotta get views, I'll do this. I, to this day, have not done that. It is a known fact out there that there are some videos that get more views than other ones. Based off of my own videos, which ones tend to get more views. And so, yeah, maybe sometimes I'll do a video that I suspect will have more views, but
I will only make that video if I want to make that video. Because if I'm not into it, why are you going to be into it? Next question. If you could go back to the beginning of your channel, would you do anything differently? Now, technically, I'm still new. I haven't hit the 1 year mark yet. I think that's in March, but I wanted to put this video up sooner. I think one of the things that I would want to do differently is the thumbnails, and this is something that I still want to change. I want to put more intent into how I make them to make them more interesting to look at. I think it would be fun to play around with them, but I also know that this is something that I'm constantly learning. As I said, like, it's definitely not there yet, but I do want to still work on making the thumbnails look more attractive to click on. Honestly, I mean, it's the Honest Booktuber tag, right? I don't think there's really anything I would have done differently, because there's a difference between doing it differently and doing new things. I wouldn't change any of my content that I've already put out. Yeah, there's some videos out there that they literally have less than 10 views. Every once in a while, I'll look back on them and I'm like, oh, I really love that video. I wonder if it got more views now because I have some more subscribers. No, they're still in the single digits, but it's okay. It's okay because I had fun. Like, one of my videos that I really loved making was the ranty read-along where I was reading Fear Street Cheerleaders, The First Evil. I had so much fun making that video. I think the last time I checked it, it had 12 views. Not saying you go watch it, like seriously, don't watch it if you don't want to, but I had so much fun making that video. And even though it only has 12 views, I wouldn't go back and change it. I really like what I put out, and I think the only thing that I was maybe forcing myself to do a little bit that was kind of hurting me was the whole TBR pressure I was putting on myself. And as you've probably noticed, I haven't been doing TBRs because I made that ranty video about how I put this TBR video out and then I just don't read any of them, as like, what's the point? So I just haven't been doing it, and honestly, that's been really relieving. I have a couple of ideas of how I want to change that up. So it's still kind of a TBR, but it's not for the overall for the month. I'm working on it. Something's going to come out. Long answer short, no. Besides continuing to work on the thumbnails, as will be the process, and continuing to work on editing, nothing I'd really change. Question 9, are there any channels you wish you could be more like? And I think this is actually a troubling question, because as soon as you start comparing yourself to other people, then your content starts to turn into their content, and then people say, oh, well, you're just copying so-and-so, and you're not being original and not being true to yourself, and then they don't follow you. So I want to try and avoid comparing myself, because in this world, I don't know how it is with men. I'm not a man. But as a woman, I compare myself to other women constantly. I compare myself to other people constantly. I think a big part of it is my anxiety in and of itself. My mind is working a million miles a minute. But I'm really actually working hard to not compare myself to others and to just be free to be me. Be free to be me. There might be some close friends out there that might think that's a surprise, because in person, I am very out there, and some of the things that I do, I just go and do it just because. Like, well, aren't you worried about this? And gosh, aren't you worried about people judging? I kind of have a loud outfit almost all the time. I love wearing LuLaRoe leggings. Controversial thing there. But I love my bold prints. I wear Halloween leggings all year round. They're like, oh, I'd be worried about wearing those outside. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care. It makes me happy wearing these. So ultimately for my channel, that's what I want my channel to be. I want my channel to be me. Now, I am still working on how to make my channel be me and reflect that. Because I kind of mentioned this on Twitter a little while ago, but I was kind of toying around with the idea of adding more content to my channel of things that I really love doing, but I'm also worried that it will seem too much like doing what other people are doing. One of the things I really love doing, bullet journaling. I love this thing. Just to show you really quickly, I made this as my monthly cover picture. Loved it. And I'm currently using this for, I drew our floor plan for the house and then what we want it to be. Like, I love using this thing, and I would like to show it, but I also know that there are a lot of people that do bullet journal videos, and there are some booktubers that also have bullet journal videos, and it's like, is that even wanted? I'm also getting to this thing where I'm trying to improve on myself, and it's like, well, should I do like vlogs about that on my journey of trying to do better? Maybe it would be a way for me to hold myself accountable if I have other people watching me. But it's like, well, do I really want to do that though? Is that something I really want to put out there? Maybe I should do some videos on, like, there's just so many things that I'm interested in. Or maybe I had this idea a while ago, which maybe I'll still do. If you guys are interested in it, maybe I'll do it, where I'll read a book and watch the movie and kind of compare which one did better, or certain things that I liked about the different portrayals. That's something that I've played around with because I do like watching movies. I just want my channel to be me. Last question. I know I've gone on for a while. What's something you love about your channel? I think I talked about a big part of it already, and that's that I'm just being me. I'm reading what I want to read. I actually decided a day or two ago that I was going to make a video about the books that I didn't finish, trying to do this Vlogtober, because I want to show you guys that there are books out. Like, I wasn't just putting books out there that I read and saying, oh, you should read this just because I read it, even if I didn't like it. Because there are some books that I read or tried reading and I just didn't get through them, and I didn't want to put that as a recommendation for you guys. So I love being myself on here. I love that I can talk about my love for horror books. I love that I can talk about my love for fantasy books. I am not just one channel. This is Samantha's channel, where Samantha talks about what she likes to read. And I like reading a lot of different things. I don't think anyone likes being put into a box, and I know I've never liked being put into a box, and so I don't think it would be an honest representation that I'm purely just an adult fantasy reader or a sci-fi reader, or, because, like, that's a lie. I've only read like maybe 3 sci-fi books so far. I want to read more. I'm just not there yet. I'm not purely just a horror reader. I'm not purely a YA reader. I am Samantha's reading shelf, my reading nook, which I'm hoping I'll get in the house. That would be amazing. So that's something that I really love about my channel. Fun fact, I actually didn't intend to create a booktube channel originally. At the beginning of the year, I made my journal. I made this whole spread of my secret dream, and I decided it was talking about books. Initially, I wanted to create an app for talking about books. I wanted it to be something where, I want to say it's called Starfire, but there's an app out there where people can talk about a movie that they just watched, and it shows the rating and the movie at the very bottom, and then it's like a minute-long video of them talking about what they liked or didn't like about the movie. And you can share that along and people can comment on it. And I wanted to do something similar, but with books, because I knew, someone who was watching Booktube, that YouTube is not necessarily the friendliest environment. I know that maybe some things, it would definitely be different. Like, I wouldn't be making this probably half-hour video on that, but if someone wanted to hear about a specific book, then they can search that book and see a bunch of different people who talk about it. Or if there's a certain creator that you like, then you can see all the different books that they've read, and you can only click, like, you can click on the ones that you're actually interested in or you want to know more about. I just thought that would be a lot of fun to do, just to create my own app. I actually went through the steps of what I wanted to do. I even put here like maybe Snapchat, Instagram, YouTube, make my own. Oh, Stardust. I wrote it down right here. So the app is Stardust, that it's like, but for books. And I just really broke it down, and I actually started learning coding so that I could make my own app from scratch, because I looked at some websites where they already create the app and you just put in your content, and I really didn't like the layouts. I didn't like how it was being done, and also I would have to pay like a subscription fee to them in order to keep my app on, like, available. So I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make something on my own. I started doing that, and then I talked with some other people about how I was working on this, and it's like, well, why don't you start a booktube channel just to start working on it? Because you know this is going to take a while. Why don't you just start talking about books and then work on this on the side? Well, if you didn't know, Booktube takes a lot of time. So I haven't really worked on the coding yet, but I really did love learning how to code. Maybe that's something I'll keep working on. If that's something that interests you, having a different kind of app to talk about books, something that's not Goodreads, because we all know Goodreads has issues. So I kind of wanted to make a combined version of Goodreads and YouTube and maybe Snapchat, but it's kept on there. A version of all three is what I was thinking. Yeah, that's what started this channel, was that desire to make something new, something that people want, and something that I was really passionate about. I feel like I was able to talk about everything I wanted to. It's a long ass video. Sorry. If you're still here, thanks for hanging out, because I know I ranted. Well, it wasn't so much ranting, it's just I went on a bunch of different tangents. So if you do watch my, sorry, don't touch the table. If you do watch my videos, if you've even watched one of them, thank you for being here. If you subscribe to me, thank you for subscribing. Just know that I do appreciate you. It means a lot to me to see that my views are going up. I don't really put myself out there too much. I am working on that. I'm trying to make myself a little more present, but I don't want to seem like I am putting myself out there just to get views. I just want to share my love of books with you all and to learn more about what books you love too, so that we can grow together. Thanks. I've got new ideas coming up for this end of the year. So excited for it. So hopefully we'll have a brand new start, and I'll see you in 1 year. Thanks.